Welcome to BrotoGP. This is episode number 86. We are coming at you with our 2018 MotoGP preview. So we're going to preview all of the teams this episode. We're going to run down, tell you what we like about them, tell you what we hate. But let's get this thing started.
What's up, guys? Now, Rob just introduced us and said he's going to tell us what you like and what we hate, but I'm in a particularly fucking foul mood for a variety of reasons. My stupid fucking boss, my stupid fucking job, the stupid fucking person who flipped their car in the road and maybe 20 minutes late. Fuck your life. I hope you're dead. So what we're actually going to talk about is how much I fucking hate everything. But for now, what we're saying is, that's Rob. Ev's below me. George is behind me. I'm Angry Kev, and this is BrotoGP, and fire is about to get spat all over everyone.
Oh, dear Lord. I didn't realize we had Angry Kev on the show. So, wait.
I'm fucking pissed. I'm fucking pissed. And you know what? Angry Kev's not already. Yo, boss him. I'm just trying to make fucking jokes online, bro. You don't got to come at me super straight like I'm trying to be serious all the time. Yes, I know Mika Kallio is just the fucking the test rider. Why you always got harsh and mellow, man? You got harsh and mellow, and you got to bring out Angry Kev. You got to bring out Mad. I'm going to spit hot fire. You got Donald Trump Kev, and that's what's going to happen. Trump Kev in the house.
Uh-oh. Oh, damn. Yeah, Yeah, exactly. We haven't seen Angry Kev before. We had alternate Kev last time or the time before.
Yeah.
Regular Kev. Right. I haven't seen regular Kev in like 2 weeks. This is
alternate
insane.
Kev nearly got our sponsor off the fucking round. What do you think's going to happen when Angry Kev comes around?
All right. I don't know. All right. Speaking of our sponsor. Yeah, we need dose more. Speaking of our sponsor, I am fully kitted out today. Of course, this podcast and YouTube video is brought to you by Riders Law. Riders Law, they're your California motorcycle accident injury lawyers. They do amazing things in trial. They do amazing things for you if you get into a motorcycle accident. So if you need any help, any legal help in the state of California, especially for a motorcycle accident, for a vehicle accident, please give Riders Law a call. Cy and lawyer Rob will take care of you for sure. Actually, I heard a story. I hung out with them at the end of last week, and freaking lawyer Rob was helping out some guy, and he's like, he found out that he watched BrotoGP, and he's like, wait a minute, Rob, wait, you're lawyer Rob, aren't you? And it's great. So now, not only do people know Cy, now they know lawyer Rob too. So BrotoGP is getting around and making sure that everyone knows about Riders Law. So if you need any legal help, please give them a call.
Coming up.
All right. So like I said before, we are counting down. What do you want, Ev? What are you doing there?
Who even fucking cares?
I'm chopped liver, bro.
Fucking Marquez looks super duper fast. Yamaha looks like shit. Ducati's still attempting to make a bike that Dovi can ride and no one cares. Fucking Tech 3 basically threw the towel on Yamaha, they can't help at all. Marquez is going to win like 12 races next year. It's going to be boring as fuck. Halfway through the fucking title, everyone's going to be gone. I'm so fucking stoked on this season. I made zero prep whatsoever. Zero prep for this episode. Zero. Because all the tests just show me that Marquez is going to win like 10 races, walk away with it, and by halfway through, like at Red Bull Ring, shit's going to be sewn up. And the only person that's going to be happy is Ev, because Marquez is going to win and dominate again, and Ev loves his Evil Empire Repsol.
Yeah, I just don't like Danny Pedrosa. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with them all around.
Wait, I swear, Kev, that you tried to ruin the entire episode like 2 podcasts ago. You doing it again? Is that what's going down?
So you ever notice how in Simpsons episode like season 8, there's a bunch of weird stuff that happens. Like you find out Skinner is Armin Tamzarian, and then the Simpsons move to Cypress Creek. Remember that? And all that weird stuff happens in season 8 because it turns out the showrunners decided secretly with Matt Groening the Simpsons had gone too far and been on too long, so they were going to ruin the whole show secretly that entire season, right? That's what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly ruin every episode of BrotoGP on the offhand. By the way, the Cypress Creek episode, single best episode of Simpsons ever.
And then it went for like 35 seasons.
Right. You disagree with me? Come at me. I will fight you.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, I will fight you.
That's probably the best part of your reference is in attempting to ruin The Simpsons, they actually just kept it going.
Correct.
And made what you just called the best episode ever.
Yes.
All right. Team number one. We are starting off with my made-up order from worst to best. You feel free to disagree with me in the comments.
That's right, bitches. That means if you want to hear us spit fire about Marquez Lorenzo, you gotta wait, son.
You gotta wait till the end.
Take your mouse and zip it across the side and just fast forward.
All right.
Zippity zap.
Number one, Avintia Ducati.
Next team.
You know what? I said I was going to talk a lot of shit, and I am. But I'm interested on Avintia, okay? Because I'm interested on Avintia because of Tito. Because Tito looked terrible on the Mark VDS Honda. It was almost like kind of a joke. But you saw other Moto2 guys come up to different bikes, and they were looking pretty decent right off the bat. I mean, was Jonas Folger really that much better than Tito Rabat? I mean, all things considered, and then Tito gets on the Ducati and is pretty darn respectable. Jack Miller gets on Ducati. I am interested in what happens with Avintia this year because it's going to prove just how crappy the satellite Honda system really is. Because if you can get on what is effectively a third-tier team that's basically hanging on and get better results than a billionaire with a a billionaire sponsored Honda team, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, but we talked about that, how my understanding about the whole what's his name on factory Honda, how he left because he was withholding parts to the satellites, and that's why we saw them coming really strong at the end of the year.
Livio Supo.
Yeah, Livio Supo. And he was doing a big no-no to make his boys on the factory team look better, and it was pretty nefarious shit. So it will be interesting because twofold. I expect VDS to get better, and we'll wait on that, but I think you're right that Avintia is looking pretty strong. But they had flashes of brilliance the last few years too.
But remember, like Ev knows, remember back in 2004, 2005, there was an interview with Kenny Roberts once, and it was, what do you need to win? And it was a Honda with Michelin's. There was a point where you would do anything to take a satellite Honda. In fact, I've talked about how I'm kind of one of my disdains for Kevin Schwantz is that he talked John Hopkins out of the Grassini Honda ride with factory support to stay at Suzuki because of the whole true factory thing.
Yes.
There was a time when you would do anything to get a satellite Honda. And now it's becoming that you want a third-tier Ducati or maybe a KTM over a satellite Honda. How things have changed is pretty wild.
And that was, and going back, that's a little bit nostalgic. I appreciate that. That was back when.
Man. Much love.
That was back when that RC211V, the 5-cylinder, right, was just kind of near the end of its life, and everybody was finally starting to catch up. And that's why Rossi reigned supreme. There was guys on that bike that weren't even good winning. I mean, that's what's crazy, right? And that's where, to your point, the Suzuki, it was just, you were at a massive disadvantage. But
yeah, I mean, so Aventia's right in the middle, right? They're not as bad as what we were seeing out of the satellite Honda last year, especially in the third-tier Mark VDS team. But they're probably not as good as the nostalgic V5 Honda.
Right.
But all right, I mean, I totally agree. There's something to watch because of Tito Rabat, and he's going to show us.
He's trying to cut you off, Ev, because he doesn't want us talking about Avintia this long. He's already
No, it's true.
He's already looking at the clock.
Let it go. I don't want to.
Yeah, we're moving on. We actually, so we do have more.
So my interest in Avintia boils down to it will prove how much the Honda actually sucks.
Yep. Which is why Ev wants to talk you out of that because he doesn't think that.
Or how bad Tito really is or isn't. Let's see if he's
That's true.
Yeah.
And with a slight asterisk of did Livio Supa really steal enough parts from those teams?
The big thing to pay attention to is how
slight asterisk.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right, the next team, Angel Nieto Ducati with Carl Abraham and Alvaro Bautista. So the interesting thing to talk about this one right after is they've got the same bikes.
Did they?
Your bike sucks.
I thought Carl was still one revision back from him.
No, that's exactly what's happening. Is Avintia has a GP16 and a GP17, just like the Angel Nieto Aspar team.
Right.
So they both have a 2-year-old bike and a 1-year-old bike, and Carl is on the 2-year-old bike. But to be honest, the GP16 was not a bad motorcycle. It won 2 races.
And we all talk about how you get the more developed time on the setup data. So in some ways, it's an advantage. Now that advantage should only be an advantage early on.
That should only be an advantage early on. Kev is currently eating something because
because he told you he was stuck in traffic
and he couldn't get home in time for this, so he's fucking famished. He's fucking famished.
Fucking famished. So I got a whole bag.
Some
of
interesting.
I got a whole bag of Cadbury cream eggs, and I'm gonna fucking destroy them.
So if you're watching on YouTube, you will notice that the bag of Cadbury cream eggs that Kev just held up. Go ahead, Kev. Hold it up again. Is all the text is backwards.
Yeah.
Same thing with his shirt.
Kevin lives in an alternate dimension. That's why.
If anyone would, if you'd like us to, we should start a GoFundMe page to get Kev a computer, so he doesn't have to record with a FaceTime camera on his phone.
No.
What is that? What is this computer thing you speak of?
Right. What is this computer?
All right.
Yeah.
This is so hard to keep you guys on topic because we're talking about the shitty team.
Okay, the Angel Nieto team. Here's my problem with the Angel Nieto team. Fucking poor Carroll is the only asshole on the grid that got no wings. He's got the only non-winged bike out there. What the fuck? Like, I mean, it's not that hard. Slap one of those things on. I'm pretty sure I know people that have those wings. Slap one on and call it a day. Right.
I'll be like, hey, bro, let me send this shit over to you. Like, put this on your bike, man.
Stick it on there.
That ain't legal. That ain't legal anymore, man. It ain't legal. That's how you got it. No, it sticks out too much. It's not like a full duct. No, so the other crazy thing, we talk about the old Ducatis and them having tons of setup data. Alvaro Bautista gets on the GP17 and is consistently 10 to 15 spots further back in testing than he was the year before.
Right.
So is the bike just not working for him? Do they have setup data but it doesn't work for Alvaro?
Nope.
Or is Aspar just Angel Nieto just kind of shit in the bed?
I'm raising my hand.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I call it
that motherfucker got married and he lost half a second.
Yep, straight up.
Next question.
All right.
How many
moving on.
How many fucking tenths of a second is Alicia Spargo going to lose now that his wife's going to shit out a pair of twins? I mean, Jesus. She's pregnant as fuck.
Yeah, he got 1 or 2 podiums, right?
Yeah, I mean, Cal Crutchlow went faster after having kids, but I don't know. We could probably blame that on the Spec Electronics. Speaking of Alicia Spargo, that is the number 3 team on our list is the Aprilia Racing Team Gresini. So Alicia Spargo, Scott Redding. We're going to talk about Scott Redding a lot this season.
Scott Redding's my new hero. Straight up, he's my spirit animal.
Graham, he's doing great. He should just go. He should just be like fucking what's his face, Iannone, and go be a male model. Just it's better.
Tell us why, Kevin.
My favorite part about him and Chiara's relationship is that he apparently thought it was cool to video himself freestyling about how much he loved her, and like the worst 13-year-old freestyle on YouTube you ever saw. And she thought, yup, posting it. And then he responds like, what the fuck, you posted this? And I saved all of that. Even George came back and he's like, what's going on? Are we talking about Scott Redding right now? Yes, we are, buddy.
If they were in America, they would have their own E-channel TV show.
Right. Like they own a... And by the way, first of all, Angry Kevin's coming back for a second. I said that thing was a goat. And everyone tried to give me shit and said it was a lamb and it's not a goat, blah, blah. Fuck all of you, because at the end of the rap, he says we got 3 dogs and a goat. He says it. That's a goat, assholes. It's a fucking goat on a diaper running around with the rest of his dogs wondering what in the fuck is going on.
Yeah. I can hear the kitty.
Yeah, he's just screaming. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. That is a goat.
It's a goat.
Right, he's got a goat. And the most interesting thing about Aprilia this season is the Titanic fall of Scott Redding that we can't stop watching, like the car wreck that is Scott Redding in every way, shape, or form. He's grilled up. His bro Mad Dog, who's weirdly skinny fat. Like that guy looks like he weighs 130 pounds, but he has 9 chins.
But how about
no jaw?
But how about that team being the tallest team in the paddock?
Yeah,
now that Loris Baz is gone. That's true.
Right.
No, I mean, I said now that Loris Baz is gone. But no, so Scott Redding has finally accomplished one thing in his career. He's on a factory team.
Boom.
He made it.
Correct.
He made it.
You made it.
I mean, he
moving on up to the east side. Right. Give him a round of applause. And Mad Dog, too. Mad Dog rode those coattails all the way. The best part about Grissini, I don't give a fuck about the results because they're going to suck, is that Scott Redding has a tattoo of Kiara's race number on his side now. So he has her number tattooed on his side. They have a goat. There's multiple freestyle Instagram videos. Like, this is going to so spectacularly explode all in front of us. Like, can you imagine, like, what a time to be alive. 2018, this couple's disaster of a personal relationship is on display via Instagram stories for everyone to see. He got her number tattooed on his side.
Classy.
Yep, I agree with Ev. They would definitely have an E show or maybe something on Bravo. If that's I mean, some bad shit goes down in The Bachelor. Like, I feel like we just watched Scott Redding. It'll be more entertaining.
Yeah.
Should we actually talk about them racing, or are we just going to move on to the next
No,
team?
Because no one gives a fuck about them racing. The Aprilia sucks. No one cares. All they did was copy the Ducati's wings. That's all they did. They still have their same terrible fucking paint scheme. Lace Espargaro's got twins, and fucking Scott Redding's got a goat. That team's going nowhere fast.
Did you just say fallacious Spargo?
Yes, exactly. Fallacious
That's
Spargaro.
Terrible. All right,
I'm never not saying it again. I'm
if
never
you listen to it again, that's what
not
it sounds
saying it. Right. Hashtag fallacious Spargaro.
Apparently YouTube will do closed captions automatically or something. Some other people have been watching those, so we'll have to see what happens on that one.
Fallacious fallacious is not dirty. It's nothing wrong with saying that. It's just a common act between consenting, adults pre-coitus. It's fallacious. Fallacious Spargaro.
Oh boy.
All right, number 4 on the list, and YouTube might. I mean, why did I put them after Aprilia? No, we know why. Mark VDS. Mark VDS, we were just talking shit about them, how they sucked last year. Yeah,
because they have more money than a factory team? That's kind of scary.
Yeah, they might. They might actually. So Mark VDS, they're probably going to be on better Hondas this year because Livio Supa's
Why did you say that like it was a question? Okay, Ron Burgundy. I'm Rob.
Who's fucking with the teleprompters?
Who's fucking with Rob's teleprompter right now?
I'm asking your opinion here. Come on, give it to me. We have two.
Come on, give it to me. Title of my sex tape.
I mean, the reality is Franco just needs to have a couple of decent rides and stay healthy, and then wait for the next ride. That's it.
Yep.
And replace Danny. So he's not going to risk anything too much. Tom Luthi really should be, in theory, in front of him more regularly because he has nothing to lose. But
yeah, I mean, but Luthi is also kind of just there to be there, right? Like the running joke. The running joke was they took him out of Moto2 to help Marquez win the title and keep that seat warm until they can bump up Alex, right?
Correct.
Like, that's the whole reason he's there. Correct. So, I mean, he's got a 1-year contract. He got hurt in preseason, all that stuff. Like, who knows what he's going to do? Probably not that much because, realistically, rookies don't do well in the market. I mean, we have a pretty solid case history. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, law precedence has been established, which is if you're a Moto2 guy moving up to Mark Vida's team, it's not going to go well. You got Scott Redding. You got, well, not Moto2, but Jack Miller didn't do well when he won on it. You know what I mean? Other than his little freak win, you've got, it just doesn't work out for these guys at all. That's Tito Rabat didn't do well. It's just not a team that's good at fostering talent.
Yeah.
There was one thing that I saw a few other reporters say. They were suggesting that Luthi is doing worse than Morbidelli because he was in Moto2 for so long that he's having a hard time unlearning that riding style.
Dude.
Right.
Don't listen to any of that speculation bullshit until the flag drops on weekend 1.
So right.
Well, so that's
in taking Ev's advice on not listening to any of that speculation bullshit until the flag drops, probably just turn this episode off.
Why you gotta be angry, Kev, bro? Are you mad, bro?
They already watched. They watched through the sponsor plug. So yeah, right.
Boom, done. Peace, bitch.
They're still here. So.
Right. George is yelling at me. We're talking nonsense, getting drunk. What's MotoGP? Who fucking cares?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to hear you say that Luthi is going to be in front of Morbidelli because of all the offseason, but you're kind of right. He may have less to lose.
If
I don't know.
Yeah, if I was Franco's coach, real quick, if I was Franco's coach, I would tell him wait till he's very, very, very comfortable on the bike on tracks he knows, and then make a showing.
If I was Franco's
coach is.
I'd buy him some Jerry juice, and I'd get a razor and cut off everything but this. I'd get him a sweet, sweet purple blazer from the women's department and just fucking mob it deep. 1983, fucking doves flying around wherever he goes. It's all good. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have him straighten it. Cat. Ow, fuck! The cat just bit me. The fucking
That's love.
Fuck, George. And George didn't like the idea of basically turning him to fucking Purple Rain. That's just what I'm saying. Like, morbid. Yeah,
fuck your couch.
Yeah, exactly. I lost the train of thought because the cat bit me right on the wrist, on the bone too. It's in the bone.
If you were George's, or if you were Franco's manager, now you're paranoid.
If I was Franco's manager, I'm just saying, not a lot of guys like growing a mustache for 90% of people is hella creepy, right? So if you're one of that 10% that can grow one and it's dope, you are fucking obligated for the sake of humanity and manness to grow and rock that stash. You know what I'm saying? Like if Rob grew a stash, let me look at Rob real quick.
No, I have no idea what you're saying.
I can't say if he did because he doesn't know how. But he can't. He does it physically. But if you don't...
I haven't shaved for 3 days.
Right. Exactly.
No, I'm one of the...
All I'm saying is with great stash comes great responsibility.
It's true.
It's true.
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. I'm one of the 5% of people that can never grow not a creepy mustache.
So right. Rob has like 9 hairs.
So, like, in summary, low expectations for Mark VDS.
Correct.
Well, that's why they're number 4 on the list.
Right.
So
it's just been dragged in such low expectations because, like Ev said, well-funded, Honda team, great fucking livery, right? Like they got all the things that make you want. Right? They got all the things that make you want to like root for them. A well-funded satellite team, which should be able to take it to the factories because of their farm system. All the way from Moto3 all the way up to MotoGP. They should be able to foster their own talent, bring them up, bring them to the show, and because of the money and everything like that, they should be able to go. But this goes to show you, like, unobtainium is real. And my biggest problem with Mark VDS is they fucking prove it. They straight up prove it.
Well, the unobtainium has moved from hardware parts to technical expertise and knowledge, right? So it's now if you don't have a couple of HRC technicians in your box that are willing to put in the time and effort because you have a Japanese rider, you're not going to get the results. That's like 2 or 3. That's like 2 or 3 teams ahead. Moving on, number 5 on the list is Factory KTM. I put them down here. Because they're still new. They still have shitty riders.
I think they should have lower.
I'm a trellis hater. Yeah,
exactly. So the truth comes out.
I think they should have been lower.
But you would have put them
KTM.
Before Mark VDS?
Here's my thing about KTM is they're where they're at, which is correct on Rob's list, and they know that they're there. That's part of their plan. Bradley Smith sucks, and we all know it. He's slower than their test rider. The only reason Bradley Smith is on the grid straight up is so they can prove to any new signee that we're sticking with you.
That those hoses are loyal.
Right, exactly. The hose is loyal, no doubt. Right, that's the exact reason they're doing it. Is that because if they sack Bradley Smith and change him to test rider, suddenly every guy is out there going, well, if she fucking fucked me while she had a boyfriend, what makes her think she's not gonna fuck some other guy while she's hooking up with me?
That is exactly it.
That's the realness. So the only reason Bradley Smith is on the grid is to prove loyalty. That's it. That's the only reason. So it's a wash right there. Paul Espargaro just never took the step that a lot of people thought he would do, and all this season is a technical continuing to refine it so they can have some good signs and they're going to have a factory team, a satellite team. They want to get good riders on all those bikes. All this is a holding pattern. And George agrees. Did you hear him? He agrees.
They also have quite a few wild cards. They actually petitioned for more wild cards compared to all the other factories and got it because of the concession team. So yeah, they're really pushing for development. And we talked about this in the last episode too. They've got a humongous budget, $250 million over 5 years, which is I'm sorry, it's probably 250 million euros. 250 million euros over 5 years.
Slow down.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if why
don't they just buy the series?
Factory
Why don't
Yamaha
they just buy the series with that much money?
That's only 1 year of revenue for Dorna. Probably less than 1 year. Either way.
Yeah, I mean exactly. The point of
trellis frame.
The point of Red Bull KTM is simply that they need to steadily improve results to prove to one top tier rider that they're worth the risk.
That's right.
Yep. And they already have.
That's literally
they know they're not
already
there
have
yet.
one.
Yeah, no, they know they're not there yet. Next year they'll get someone incrementally better, and then hope that person flashes the brilliance to that and get a marquee rider. Right? Yeah.
Right.
And we already know who their incrementally better rider is. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And by
they want Zarco,
in quotation marks.
And they want Zarco to snag some podiums, and then they'll convince, Marc Marquez or Danny Pedrosa or Maverick Vinales to jump ship.
Yeah. All right. That's 2019. We're way ahead. All right. Number 6 on the list. Number 6 on this. So I don't know if I should have put them down here, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Oh, there's so many. The top 10 is more competitive, like we say every freaking time. Factory Suzuki at number 6.
I was gonna say it's got to be Suzuki.
Okay, so I have a thing to say tangentially about Factory Suzuki, which was I posted on Facebook today or yesterday about what do the guys think, the fans, if we started on the page a group. Right, you can start a group, then you get the notifications he'll post. It's like a mini forum. People were super into it. With Facebook changing their algorithm, we haven't been too punished by it like a lot of other pages have because our page basically is 100% genuine involvement. It's a real guy and real dudes there and my cat who are responding and all that, and we respond all the time. So we didn't get too punished by it because they're looking for authentic engagement. But one thing that people sort of started to show was that all of our fans are sick fucks and they don't want their friends to fucking know about it. And one of the number one comments was, I want to make more herpes comments without my mom knowing.
It's always some weird shit, dude.
Right? They want, so my talk about Factory Suzuki starts with, if we had a group on Facebook, there'd be a lot more herpes discussion. And I am up for that. So...
Yeah, I mean, Factory Suzuki is going to give us plenty to talk about, but it may not be about the racing, right?
No, it's going to be. I'm calling it right now, right in front of both of you. Iannone is going to drop the ham at Qatar.
You mean he's going to just lay his dick out like that and just...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Scaly and oozing.
He's
and just not healthy
in the garage.
No, Iannone is going to have a serious flash of brilliance at Qatar. It's going to happen. I'm calling it right now.
Why?
He was super fast at the test until he got sick, herpes, and I just
that was syphilis. Get it right.
Yeah. Whoa. Syphilis.
Clap. Wait, no, the clap. He just took penicillin. No, that was it.
Yeah, exactly. Took a shot of penicillin in the dick. He's all good 3 days later. He's fine. Don't ask me how I know.
I need Iannone to get like something else going so we can stop talking about STDs. Actually, that would be great. If he has a flash
That's what's going to happen.
In Qatar, yeah, then we can talk about the racing instead. I mean, to be fair, and to agree with Kev, which doesn't happen enough, he was doing great at Qatar last year, fighting for the win until he tucked the front because he almost crashed into the back of Marc Marquez. Or did he crash into the back of Marc Marquez?
Right.
Yeah. But so it's a track that the Suzuki went well at last year. They've fixed quite a few of their issues, the ones that they battled throughout,
especially their engine issues.
Yeah,
I mean that was the talk that you heard. That was the talk that you heard Brivio talk about. Was that it's not even the fact that they have concessions, because concessions is about during the year. they fixed a lot of their problems in the offseason, and that bike is looking much better. So, like, not only does the bike look better, but they have the ability to refine it. I'm actually looking forward to Suzuki because Rins, if you listen to our old episodes, Rins, we talked a lot about when Rins, Zarco, and Lowe's are moving up, and I kind of said I thought Rins might be the true talent. I was clearly wrong, but I think he's more talented than the season we saw last year would show, except for the end. You saw him finally come on. Second year, healthy, and having less back issues from a pretty nasty crash on a bike that's clearly better. And then Yannone is basically, Ev talked about riding with nothing to lose. That dude's straight riding to stay in MotoGP this year.
Ride or die.
Ride or die. And if there's anyone in the paddock who lives ride or die, just fucking follow that guy's Instagram and see. There's no doubt. The maniac is ride or die all day, son.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I don't think he's really fighting.
Herps. That chick gave him the herps right on the lip, and he rolled out with her like it was nothing. Definition of ride or die.
I mean,
that's silly.
Right. I'm actually really excited to watch Rins this year, no doubt. I would love to see Iannone rebound. I can't even say his name now. I would love to see that. I'm not super optimistic about that, but I would love to see it. More importantly, it's for me about that team. It's about the team and the budgets, and they'll come out quick. They'll run out of money mid-season, and they'll stop doing the R&D. And it's always back to the Honda Yamaha story about how you allocate your budget. And you've seen Ducati get better at it, but I worry that Suzuki's not going to do it still. They don't care.
That's fake news. That's fake news.
Oh, no.
You're making shit up. You're making shit up.
That's
the exact opposite of what they did last year.
They're going to do. Dude, they didn't get better at the end of the year. Rins came back and rode better.
No, they produced the mustache winglets. They had other upgrades. They got better at the end of the year. They still had consistent development. I agree with you that Suzuki generally, they do like 3 years and they peter off, or they make some good bikes in the beginning of the season and then do absolutely nothing towards the end. I agree with you generally, but it seemed that last year that is not what happened.
But yeah, traditionally, I mean, what Ev is saying is like, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, like, I ain't no fool. George Bush style. Is that Suzuki in the right? Someone
got to find the Saturday Night Live version of the Will Ferrell version. It's hilarious.
Suzuki traditionally in the 4-stroke era honeypots the shit out of y'all every year. You know what I mean? Like, we all want them to be good, but it just never really pans out. And then when they are good, it's mostly because of Bridgestones. And then, like, they are good, it's Maverick, but then he bounces. Like, they're never consistently good, and you never see a continuing upward track. You know what I mean? Like, at any point, the fucking Suzuki Dow Jones is just going to take a shit right in front of everyone, Like, like Suzuki's fucking results are straight up Bitcoin status. You know what I mean? Like, it is volatile, and if you want to be a Suzuki fan, you got to be in for an emotional roller coaster.
I would say that Yannone can handle an emotional roller coaster.
His whole life is an emotional roller coaster.
Did you drink that whole bottle?
Yeah, I think so. I think he did. No, it's not gone.
Girl. I like this guy.
All right, moving on. Number 7 on the list. And the first of our second-tier factory teams is LCR Honda. So LCR finally has 2 riders this year, or again, I should say again, they have 2 riders and 2 liveries.
2 fucking real bikes, though. You know what I mean? Like they had, they had Jack Miller, but that wasn't a real bike.
That was a bunk bike.
No, it really wasn't. So yeah, we got Taka Nakagami and Cal Crutchlow. Cal Crutchlow is the signed HRC test rider, effectively race and test, test and race. And he'll be doing the workhorse stuff
unofficially
all year.
Attached to Marc Marquez's nuts at all times.
Unofficially, officially. Yeah, so I put them at the bottom of the second tier.
He puts himself at Marc Marquez's bottom.
That was bad. That was
the guy is fucking unhealthy fascination. Like, this fucking thing drives me nuts when half these grid speaks so highly of this guy and basically worship his riding style. I'm like, bitches, your only job is to beat him. A little bit of fire and fury against the guy. Like, does fucking Valentino Rossi think that Marc Marquez is oh so good all the time? Like, He's not better than him right now, but he certainly doesn't fucking like think that. You have to think you're the best. You have to have like an unwavering self-confidence. If you fucking just admit this guy can do stuff you can't, then what the fuck are you even there for? I mean, it's like the same thing. You don't enter a UFC fight when you know you can't beat the guy just to show up so you can have sponsors on your fucking shorts. Like, at some point, like, you have to be there to actually try to win, to actually believe you can. At one point, Cal showed he could, but now he's just reverted back to his Marc Marquez, like, nut-hugging ways. Every fucking thing he says is straight up dick riding this guy. I mean, Jesus fuck already. You're going to have a competition with his brother on who can make out with him better.
It's like a Nas fucking battle song right here.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I will fucking drop my mixtape rap battle on them. You don't even know. Me and Scott Redding are going to throw fucking down.
Yeah, I'm not excited about the prospect of Cal 2018 at all, but I am excited about Taka. So
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I brought that up. Yeah, I brought that up about 15 minutes ago, saying that satellite Honda is a lot better if you're Japanese and you've got a shit ton of HRC positions in the box.
You can speak the same language.
If you're Japanese and you're sponsored by a Japanese company, riding a Japanese bike, I mean, you know, he looks quick. And along the same lines of, like, the dick riding, fucking Cal Crutchlow is talking about, like, apparently wow, is it really that hard not to cough? Is it really that hard?
I just choked on some water. Sorry.
Exactly.
Oh, my God. That's why we told you to get alcohol. You didn't listen.
Right. I put myself on mute. It was okay. I figured that one out there. No, go back to your point. Keep talking about Taka there.
keep talking about Taka. I'm just saying, like, apparently he's got this massive corner speed, and it's so amazing, and all this corner speed, and already Cal is like, I don't know how he does it. I'm like, bitch, you can't actively admit to your team that this guy does stuff you can't do. Dude. They're gonna jump ship instantly.
You old as fuck, Cal. He Japanese and young.
Everyone has already said, though, that Taka needs to slow down the corner speed to get better drives and be better on the brakes, right? He's actually being a little slower because of that. But do you think Cal's, like, trying to mind fuck him just a little bit? Like, praise the thing that makes him slower?
Cal wouldn't know how to mind fuck somebody if he tried. It's great.
Right, exactly. All he's doing is turning the whole fucking team Japanese.
He gets super paranoid, too. I wonder if Cal smokes a lot of weed because he's always paranoid.
I think he needs to smoke a lot of weed.
I should check the FIM rules. I don't know if weed's on the banned substance list.
Shit is hell illegal, dog. Okay, what the fucking FIM rules? Okay, Carmelo, Jeff Sessions. I mean, Jesus Christ, what's fucking weed
Everything else is on the bad substance list, like inhalers and fucking Adderall and all that shit. Who knows?
Adderall? Damn, dude, concentrated like a motherfucker.
Extreme focus.
Yeah, they're almost as bad as cycling. Almost.
It's always funny in the Olympics. There's some guy who takes that drug that makes it so you don't have like shaky hands, and he wins like the shooting tournament. It's like, dude cheated. Sorry, you're out. It's like, come on, man.
Hey, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. It's only cheating if you get caught.
Yeah, like the Russian curler who decided to take fucking steroids. Like, come on.
Right. Now, the best part of the Olympics was that chick who just showed up to every qualifier with the intent of not crashing, because they give you points up to 30th, right? So you got to assume at every qualifier there's 1 or 2 or 3 people that accidentally crash, so they get no points. So that chick shows up to every qualifier, somehow gets enough points, doesn't crash, right, and then competes for like Hungary, and she's like this white chick from LA, and then they send her out there, and she just goes up and down, not even attempts a trick. And the best part was the announcer stone cold sold it. And he's like, well, here she goes. She's going up. Okay, she's not going for a trick here. She's just trying to stay on her feet. She's good. She's coming down. She's coming to the other side. Let's see what she does. Well, she's keeping the ski going. She's staying stable. She's not making any mistakes. No, it was skis, dude. It wasn't snowboarding. It was fucking skis in the half pipe. They ski in the half pipe, dog.
I thought it was snowboard. No, but the funny thing too about just showing up and giving points to 30th place, a lot of times there were only like 26 competitors at these events.
That was the point. So if she didn't crash, she would guaranteed points.
She got to walk on in that fucking Olympics and walk on out that Olympics.
Bitch is an Olympic athlete, son.
Give me that Olympic status. Give me that license plate.
Exactly. Living in the village.
I don't think
getting hurt.
I really don't think that she was not attempting tricks at the Olympics. I think that was the best that she had, which is even worse. No, can we get back to motorcycle racing over here? Wait, are you saying that that's what Cal is? No. How do we get to that?
It was unrelated.
It was just fun.
All right. I'm excited.
I'm stoked on Taka. I've liked Taka for a while. Speaking of not cheating, not trying, his team totally cheated like multiple times. The air filter and all of that. I like Taka. I think it's cool to have. I mean, we've spent a lot of time, at least I have recently, talking about the growth back into Asia, specifically Southeast Asia. Hafiz Siren. By the way, it's not Hafiz, it's Hafiz, and I'll get into explaining what that actually means later. But I think it's great to have a Japanese rider on a Japanese team. You can have, on one hand with the series, you can say it should just be the best guys. Ev has talked about this a lot, that, the passport rides kind of bug him, and that's been a problem for him kind of for the past 10 or 15 years, is there's a lot of politics in play. But it is an international series. It has manufacturers from all over the world and teams from all over the world. I'm stoked that a young Japanese rider is back in the series that is showing some promise. So I will eat this Cadbury egg, and you explain to me.
Kev, it just dawned on me, and I fucking hate to use this analogy. It just dawned on me. We're watching like WWF, WWE. It really is.
Hell yeah!
It's almost
what do you mean?
It's amazing racing. You can't see me, but it's sort of kind of canned and scripted, because the best riders aren't necessarily on the best machines, are they? I mean, we always. I
think the best riders are. What we're saying is that I think the back half of the grid just. The top 10 riders in MotoGP, I think the top 10 riders in MotoGP are clearly the top 10 best motorcycle riders in the world. That includes the fact that Johnny Ray is not in there. I will say that straight up. But
solid.
The bottom 10 of MotoGP are not necessarily like 15 through 25 the best. The top, like the guy that gets 20th in MotoGP is not the 20th best rider in the whole world.
So it genuinely does.
I'd put him near like 60 or something.
Yes.
Like there are probably better riders in Superbike.
Oh, I got
better riders in Moto2.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
But I'm fine with that. And the cool thing that we're seeing now that Zarco showed us that a Moto2 rider can actually do well in MotoGP is teams are willing to take more of a chance, sign new blood, and is showing that winning a Moto2 championship doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to do well, or vice versa. Right? Zarco finally did the double in Moto2, and he did well in GP. But other people are showing promise. Folger, as the main example, and he doesn't have a Moto2 championship, and now Taka might be exactly the same thing.
Well, Folger never really did anything too crazy in Moto2, but I mean, I think I see where you're going, and we've talked about this too. The regression of it being the young perceived potential talent versus the older, more mature talent that we think can actually jump on this bike and be consistent. And so it's
right. It was almost like
guys.
Jack Miller was peak potential.
Bingo.
Bingo. Boom.
Experiment era.
Like
the experiment era. The peak experiment era.
That's a good point. The experiment era, the potential era, the idea that we have to continually sign the youngest, these manufactured guys. We have to get them now before it's too late. We have to get the next Marquez, the next name, all of that stuff. And I think Miller was the final part of that experiment. And then it became like too much. At one point, Herb Poncharal was offering Danny Kent a ride straight out of Moto3, which is just fucking insane. And it kind of reached like peak potential idea. And then we see, the coin is flipped completely the other side, which is Zarco was a perceived journeyman who slowly but surely climbed the ranks, was a bit older than you wanted and that you originally thought, but then suddenly for some reason that olderness, that no social media now became a perceived bonus. A guy who is, a workhorse, who is intelligent and who's mature enough to handle this. I mean, look at Fabio Quartararo was kind of like another example. Everyone basically wrote him in as the Moto3 champion, then the Moto2 champion, and he hasn't done shit.
No. Right. Yeah, peak potential really goes right out the window if you don't actually back it up with results.
And
Right.
so it counters my statement that these guys, the maturity and the experience they have is irreplaceable.
Yeah, I think Taka's a good example. He was in Moto2 for a long time. He battled up. He dropped back down. Then he got himself back up into contention, and he kind of showed that he has the ability to work and and deal with things when he's not given everything on a silver platter. Look at like Lorenzo's a good example. He was handed everything on a silver platter. He had his pre-contract from Yamaha when he was still in 250. What are you laughing at? And then he gets into what?
No, I just think it's great that we're comparing Nakagami to Jorge Lorenzo.
Yeah, they're like equal. They're like equal.
Like done like a few wins in Moto2 and not much else compared to 3-time champion GP.
But my point being, okay, look at yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
who's
how the
Jorge
mighty
Lorenzo?
have fallen.
Right.
Who? No, sorry to interrupt your point there.
That's
Kev.
a long time
on.
That's a long time on LCR. I don't even know what I was talking about.
Well,
yeah, probably.
Japanese rider back in series. I think that's okay. We're all excited about that fact. So.
Yeah, we'll be watching Taka. We'll be watching Cal for other reasons that are not racing related, probably. All right, moving on. Number 8 on my list, the second best top tier satellite team. That was too many comparisons. Is Pramac Ducati, or I'm sorry, wait, what is it now? Alma Pramac Ducati? Yeah, Alma Pramac Racing. So they've got Danilo Petrucci on the GP18, Jack Miller on a GP17. And testing went quite well for them.
Has anyone seen that GIF that went around the internet recently of that little kid and the mom's handing her the pizza? But behind the pizza is like the nastiest, like green Gerber, disgusting paste, like kid food behind it. And the pizza's coming in and the little girl is like, this is going to be so good. It's no pineapple on this fucking pizza. It's just fucking cheesy goodness. And right at the last second, they move the pizza, jam the baby food in her mouth, and the kid looks like they basically shit on her face. That's Jack Miller. Jack Miller.
I knew you were only talking about Jack Miller.
That's basically all of the Miller fans on Reddit is what's going to happen. That dude is, but you guys have all been honeypotted like crazy. He's probably going to get some early decent results, but if you look at the list of non-Italian riders on the Ducati who stick around, it does not do well.
I mean, even if you ignore their final positions in testing, if you look at their race pace, Jack Miller is a full half second behind Petrucci, right? And a half second over an entire race means 10 seconds at the end of the race. It means you're not even in the top 5.
Right. Correct.
That's not good.
Come on. Someone else say something. There. Build on it. Build on it.
Okay, here's the thing. I've said this. Oh, we lost Ev. He probably clicked on his browser even though fucking Rob told him not to. The point being is there was a point, Rob. Remember when I said after Miller won that it might actually be the worst thing that happened to him? Now, don't get me wrong. Winning the MotoGP race is fucking amazing. No one can take that away from you, and you have that for the rest of your life. What up, my bro? Ba-boom, ba-boom. Ev's back.
Fucking Ev.
The point being is that hold on. The problem is that by winning that race on a bike that had no hope of winning a race, on a third, basically a pseudo second-tier team, he's never going to be satisfied. Everything now is, I need to win. There's not an ability to build off of that, whereas Petrucci has been steadily building with consistent podium results, steadily refining that bike, part of the team, part of the series. He's looking up. Jack Miller is going to crash the fuck out of this season because he's got a bike that can get him near the top 5. And once he's near the top 5, he's chasing the dragon straight up because once he took a hit of that sweet, sweet win, nothing else fucking even comes close. It doesn't matter. Top 5, top 6, that shit does not satisfy you, does not get you high. That just keeps you from being depressed and low.
I hate to admit
I think a lot of...
He's right. Yeah.
He's probably right. A lot of the Ducati speed comes from the motor, though, and that's generally a little bit easier than what he was having to do on the Honda, like push super hard in corner entry. And he's on a bike that does well classically in the rain, and that's where Jack got his win. So
Yeah,
I
but
think
Right, but basically
has
what
more
happened to
going
Jack
for him.
Miller, Jack Miller took his first hit of acid ever. But it was like, it was that dope acid from the 60s that some guy kept like in his sock drawer that was like made by scientists. It's pure as fuck. And now he's trying to get the acid, but all it really is crystal fucking meth with a little angel dust and like half a fucking tab of acid. And all it is like 80% bad trip, but he's just hoping for that one good tab, that one smiley face or pink star that gets him back to the fucking promised land, right on the lip, and he's all good. But he wakes up the next day, his gums are shot, his teeth are falling out, and he realizes he's been rolling on crystal meth for the last 36 hours. That's what it's like riding for the Mark VDS team. And if there's anything I know is that you don't come back from crystal meth. You don't come back.
Rob, you now need to go back and put a disclaimer before that whole rant because we can't have kids listening to how to do drugs, okay?
No,
Right,
they need their education. They need to know they need to know that if you do drugs, you're not going to win a MotoGP race.
Kids, if you find that, kids, seriously, if you find that sweet 1972 acid on the fucking on the printed up page that like your mom had hidden the whole time, don't take it. Send it to me, please.
Sure, bitch.
At least at least make some money off that shit. Just
I'll tell you right now, straight up, I promise, if you send me acid, I'll take it live on the show.
Wow. Damn, that's scary.
Wow. Wow,
so
you're Angry Kev is really trying to get rid of Riders Live.
Add to the comment, I think Kevin's right that he'll be definitely chasing those glory days, right? Because he wants to prove it. The good news for him is he's still young, so in theory he could do it. He's not some old guy trying to relive past glory, right? No,
he's not Cal Crutchlow, is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. He could do it, right? He's young. Now, the other good news is he has matured, so he may not crash his brains out chasing that. And let's hope he crashes in practice and doesn't hurt himself. That's the trick, right? Don't do it in races. So I don't know. I think there's potential there. I think the good news is he's on a arguably better bike and better squad. We've seen the results Petrucci got, but he started to taper off near the end, and maybe it's because the Honda stuff started coming in. That's the one to watch. That's the wild card, Jack Miller.
Let's make a really random prediction right here. How many times does Jack Miller crash next year? Total.
Crash?
17.
Crash in races?
17.
Crash total?
No, total crashes.
Oh God, what is there, 16 rounds or something?
19 rounds.
19 rounds? I mean,
didn't
multiply that by 3.
No one crashed that much last year.
2?
No one. two around was like the high for last year.
I mean, he's gonna crash a lot. The trick is
17 is a very good guess. I think that now that he's on the Ducati, I think he's gonna crash a little less than that. I'm gonna go with 12. We're playing closest rules, by the way, not Price is Right.
Not Price is Right rules. I'll go 19 just because I think he's gonna crash a lot too.
All right. There's our prediction. Now we're moving on. The final satellite team, Tech 3 Yamaha.
Wow.
So some interesting developments for them.
So I was told by a buddy that it's not Hafiz, it's Hafiz. Like it's like almost like Fizz, like and this was over text, but that his name is actually really intriguing. His name is the traditional word for a Muslim man who has memorized the entire contents of the Quran. So, and that he could recite it. So the name that he has used to be the traditional title of someone who was devout enough in the religion they would have memorized the entire Quran, and it basically is like a fucking one-way ticket to heaven. If you're a fucking Hafiz, you get into this isn't talking shit. This is just like weird fact. So I got this whole like deposition from my man about what the name actually means and where it comes from. And then it turned into, they just started naming their kids that almost as like, Self-fulfilling
get him into heaven.
Like a blessing kind of thing. Yeah.
Like since you've been given this name, you know what I mean. You have to live up to the title that we've, the name we've given you. You can't name your kid Babe Ruth and then have him play soccer. You know what I mean?
But you can't name your kid Jesus. You can't name your kid Jesus.
Yes, you can. You can fucking name, and you can name Muhammad. But exactly, represent. But his name, I know, has nothing to do with racing. I just thought it was an interesting fact that I wanted to share.
Fascinating.
Yeah, that
I have actually.
Hafiz.
I feel like we're still gonna butcher his name all season, so let's just call him Siren.
Haffy? Can we just call him Haffy?
No, we can also just call him the fish. He is the fish. Do you think the fish is gonna pull something out in the rain? Like, is he gonna pull almost Jack Miller in the rain? It's a very good team, great bike. He can learn. He's on the best possible team to actually learn how to ride a MotoGP bike. He's going to do
exactly what you're saying, and then he's going to crash with 2 laps left. And then
he's going to Yanni Hernandez it straight up.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh,
look,
man.
I think that Siren...
Oh, he just lost the front.
Right. I think Siren in the series is cool for a lot of reasons. Do I think he's on that level? He ain't on that level. Yeah, hey, man, straight up prove me wrong. If a Malaysian kid wins in MotoGP, Sepang is going to be so fucking lit, you can't even fucking imagine.
And I want acid.
Right, they will be doing. No, those kids in Malaysia that have the acid aren't going to send it to me now because they're going to keep it for Sepang, which is some horseshit. Yeah, exactly. But
Coyote.
Right, all I'm saying is, no, come on, Rob. He's on that level, and you know it.
I know. I just have to give you something to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he ain't talented. But he ain't a race. He ain't gonna do.
Better question: does he belong on that bike and in the series?
I have no problem with him on the bike in the series. No problem at all. And if there's anything that Jonas Folger proved, that you don't have to be insanely good at Moto2 to make the transition. If you show enough flashes of brilliance, there's a sign, because it is a different riding style. And even some high-end Moto2 riders have had difficulties adapting. What the Moto2 shows you is you have the ability to fight through the meat grinder. You've got no quit in you. You're a fighter. You're a beast, and you're going to be you're there to fight day in day out, because Moto2 will chew you up and spit you out. So I mean, you know what I mean? It'll make your head spin. It'll chew you up so quick. And for Hafiz to prove that he can stick around, work through, get those podiums, just like Taka, I think it's good. It proves that he has the work ethic required to succeed in GP. But he's a mid-level rider.
It seems like the work ethic from Moto2 translates really well to GP, because GP is actually more of a team sport than Moto2 is. Right? There are far fewer electronics in Moto2 to tune. The rider isn't they're limited chassis and almost no chassis development throughout the season. Right? There's not much to do. Unless you're KTM.
So
there's not much to do in Moto2, so it's all just put in the laps, grind it out, and get some solid results. In GP, talent. You have this support structure to help you out and to make sure that you can go fast. And he's going to take advantage of that. And it'll be interesting to see. I wouldn't put him in. We talked about before the top 10 riders in MotoGP. He's definitely not in the top 10 riders in MotoGP for me. Which means he could be 50th in the world. That's still pretty good.
But does he belong on the grid? I think he absolutely belongs on the grid.
Yeah. It's going to be more exciting for us. And Ev brought this up a little bit earlier. I don't know if you heard previous episodes, Ev, but I said that MotoGP is a freaking reality series. Yeah. And the Siren being in GP is just adding to the reality show.
It's a little bit of top 10, the best riders in the world. The rest is Moto donations, right? Let's get one rider from every country, and let's make sure everyone watches.
By the way, all that info I gave you comes from my man from Killer Hair Inc. If you're in New Yorker area and you have a dope ass fade and you're trying to get it fixed up, you can see him. Check him out.
Nice.
Free plug.
Nice. Little plug. All right. We got to talk about the other half of Tech 3. So we got to talk about Zarco. The one thing that I want to address first really is that everyone is saying that he's going to fight for the win at Qatar. And I think they're full of shit. Even Marc Marquez. I think they're full of shit.
To fight for
this is 25th. This is 2014 or 2013 Alicia Spargaro on the forward Yamaha talk. They're mind fucking that dude. He's a little bit of a worry for them because he's aggressive and he takes no prisoners. They're trying to mind fuck him a little bit right off the bat because they know he's not actually like the hardcore threat. But if they pump him up enough, then he sort of believes the own hype and he fucks up.
He'll go straight Icarus. Like he'll fly too close to the sun and be like,
right,
yes,
exactly, right. Yeah, exactly. Good point. He's gonna fucking melt his wax wings. Exactly.
I mean, he did that last year. Ran out.
We might talk about herpes, but we'll talk about Greek mythology too. Don't think we ain't educated.
Academic, son.
Exactly.
No, I mean everyone's saying that, but then you go and look at his race simulation in the final day of the test, and he's 3 or 4 tenths behind Petrucci. He's not.
Right.
He's not up there with Dovi. He's not up there with Marquez. I mean, not many other people. I think Petrucci was the only one that did a full race simulation. Zarco went very close, and most everyone was a little shorter. Yeah. But he didn't have it. He didn't have it for the race.
It's got to be. It's got to be those simulations and the consistency of the laps. And the other piece is it's still testing, so you never know what they were going for.
He's going to blow his wad like Rob on a sex tape, straight up. Too early, too fast. It's going to look good for a second, but you're going to regret. What the hell just happened?
I mean, if there's a guy on the grid that can go out hard and fast early, it's Zarco because he seems to be really good with tire wear. But yeah, no, it's not. That's not how you win races in MotoGP. He showed it. He showed the same thing last year. It never worked for him.
The real test is to go see what bwin.com says. What's
for reals. Vegas knows.
If he's
Vegas
5-1 or Marquez is 4-1, then he's got a shot. Otherwise, no. It's crazy how they know that shit.
So here's the problem for me. Hold on. I got a point. Here's the problem for me. Zarco clearly has shown flashes of true brilliance, and he's shown that he has work ethic and the speed to get it done, and a pretty good innate ability to manage tires. All of those things are great, but he has 2 things working against him. One is that Yamaha is somewhat lost right now, and these things connect. So Yamaha's not sure where they're going. They're having some problems. They have sometimes he's ridden the 2016 version, 2017 says he's going to ride it, then he reverts back to 2016. Rossi and Maverick are totally off. And normally you would say, okay, well, they're going to help him by giving him a bunch of parts and testing stuff, but they're done after this year with Yamaha. This is a lame duck season for Tech 3 if you ever saw one as it comes to factory support. Now, Tech 3 never got a ton of factory support, but they were at least like in the fucking same room. You know what I'm saying? Like they were getting some stuff, but now they are completely a lame duck season for them with Zarco ready to bounce to a different team and Hafiz only on a 1-year contract. Yamaha doesn't give a fuck about Tech 3 this year. Straight up. They'll be lucky if they, you know what I mean? They'll be lucky if they get a pat on the butt on the way out. You know what I mean? Like they're fucking done.
I usually am looking 3 to 4 steps ahead, and I hadn't even thought about that. You're absolutely right, and it's just gonna. We're gonna have to wait and see, but I have a feeling Kev, when you're right, you're right.
The Yamaha has no vested interest in Zarco or Tech 3 doing well. That's not a good look for either of them.
No, it scares me because those guys have been always the wild card. Every year they're a wild card at some round.
Right. I think you're still going to get the wild card aspect from them for certain parts of the season. I mean, like Kev already said, right? Tech 3 generally has never gotten that much factory support from Yamaha. So is it really going to make that big of a change if Yamaha doesn't want to invest heavily in them all season?
I mean, does when Yamaha last year. Right, but at least the bike he had was somewhat sorted, and Yamaha hadn't realized. Hold on. Yamaha hadn't realized the depth of hell they were in because early on Maverick was doing so well, and then Rossi won. It wasn't until like halfway through the season they realized how fucked they really were. This year they know how fucked they are, right? I mean, they're fucked 6 ways from Sunday right up the booty hole, and like no lube at all, just fucking dry hub, just. Boom, you know what I'm saying?
But that's the best part is Zarco's on the same freaking bike as last year. Like he probably has new motors, like upgraded spec engines. He's got upgraded spec electronics.
But that's it. He's not.
That's where it's going to be.
He's not on the same bike. He's ridden multiple versions of it. He's been on the 2016 chassis. He's been on like a Frankenstein version. What I'm saying is Yamaha's getting pulled in basically the M1 is a gangbang and everyone's trying to get the booty, but some guy's got to be on his back when the girl's riding and getting some other dude's
Somebody's
nuts.
Somebody's got to go last.
Someone's got to go last. Someone's got to be on the bottom where some dude's nuts are rubbing on his nuts and he's looking up and seeing another guy's nuts. That's Zarco.
I feel like you guys...
Nuts.
Double nuts. I feel like you guys are both.
If you're in a fucking airtight and it's going like this, half the sensation's another dude's dick. That ain't balling. I mean, it might be balling, but I don't think Zarco's down with that. That's just not the way he's down.
Close your eyes and pretend.
Right.
I feel like you guys are both right. That's what's. Time will tell. We will see. I'm leaning towards Kev's answer though.
Does Zarco on his weird hybrid 2016-27 chassis pull out some good results and be the best Yamaha
title rod
more consistently throughout the year?
When you're on the bottom, you can't pull out, bro. She's pressured down by two other dudes. You can't. There's no pulling out taking place. You're not really doing anything.
Back to racing.
You're just laying there while the other shit happens. You're just filling time.
As my roommate in college said, let it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
That's bad.
It is bad.
No, so is he the best Yamaha at a large number of rounds this year? At a third of the races?
No. Yamaha's going to get their shit together, I hope. That should be your segue. There's your segue.
There's the segue.
There's anything to get Kevin away from gangbang talk.
Number 10 on the list. We only got 3 teams left. Of course, factory Yamaha. We couldn't put the other 2 behind them. Kev, stop skiing or whatever on the YouTube video. Stop it.
Correct.
No, factory Yamaha. So they have not had a very good offseason. Every single time it seemed like they put in a good offseason.
Did they have a good season?
Oh, did they have a good season? I'm going to go with no. Go with no on that one. No, every single time they seem to put in some solid results, maybe be towards the top. The following day, the tires would change and something would go wrong and the motorcycle would just not work the same. So Vinales is blaming the chassis. Rossi is blaming the electronics. They're both saying the tires are too inconsistent. It's not a good look for them, and it's showing us that they still haven't found the way.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Someone.
I mean,
God damn it.
I mean, they're not greasing the right palms. I mean, Yamaha. It's just weird seeing the funk they're in because they were just so dominant for so long and always the top 2 teams, and then Ducati surface, and here they are, and they just can't figure out what the fuck they're doing. Something's up. It's weird.
It's interesting that you say they're not greasing the right palms. I totally agree because I think a lot of their problems are centered around their electronics issues, and they don't have the right technicians. They don't have Ducati techs. HRC stole their techs a while ago, and they're just not paying the right people to work on the bike.
Mine.
God damn.
Yeah,
Ev nailed that one right there.
You got to have the personnel.
Yeah. I mean, I meant more bribery to Dorna, but Rob's being realistic about it.
Like you said about the it's more of a team sport. It's true. I mean, I pegged Maverick to do a lot better than he did, although he still won a bunch of races and had a respectable season, but it seems like they didn't learn anything from it. They're just continuing down the same rabbit hole of we don't know where we're going, and I get a little worried that Maverick is somewhat of Maverick's on a bike that wasn't what he expected, and Scott Redding has his ex-girlfriend's fucking number tattooed on his side, and they have a goat. It's just a weird time for him. You know what I'm saying?
It's just dark, man. It's dark.
It's dark times, yeah.
He's whining a lot. It really seems like he Zarco going fast mind fucked him even more.
Well,
it was insane.
Right.
Hold on.
Kev, I have a really good point to make. And you made the point. I'm just using the same topic that you used with Jack Miller, right?
The gangbang?
No. You want to talk about chasing the dragon and take chasing the dragon plus adding the expectations that Vinales has. And he simply is managing both of those, and those are two worlds colliding without either of them being fulfilled, right? He's not getting the wins like he was. He's not meeting the expectations. I can only imagine the fucking pressure that guy's under.
So I drank this whole bottle, so I might be a little off with my notes here, but Emmett, one of our bros, Loud Viet Noises, asked Emmett while tagging us in it, and Emmett confirmed that they sent Zarco out on Mav's bike and didn't tell him that it was Maverick's bike to see what Zarco's feedback was. Zarco didn't know, and Maverick didn't know. Apparently, this is like straight up confirmed.
That's
and
fucked
Zarco,
up.
That's right, because they wanted to see like maybe we're getting bad feedback or maybe we need someone else. Issues. And Zarco, trust issues. And Zarco effectively gave the opposite feedback to Yamaha that Maverick had been giving to Yamaha about where the bike they thought needed to go. So now we have a system where maybe teams aren't trusting their riders or vice versa, and on top of that they're getting such wildly disparaging like directions they don't know what to do.
I mean,
I would never have believed that would have taken place.
Isn't like that the analogy where it's like a dark room and you're in bed with your girlfriend and then you go out to the bathroom and then you send your buddy in to go sleep with your girlfriend real quick?
What? You're telling me that he got cuckolded? Mav got cuckolded by Zarco? Fuck.
Yamaha did it.
Damn.
And didn't even tell him.
That's a good analogy.
I mean, to be fair, that's exactly what you need to do if you want.
That takes surprise butt sex to a whole new level.
It really does. That's the best kind of feedback that they could get, right? When a rider doesn't know what you changed, they can tell you whether or not it was better or worse without any preconceptions.
Yeah.
Right? And that's exactly what needs to happen for good feedback. I mean, and if they're worried about the feedback they're getting, that's what they got to do. But what strikes me as interesting, like we talked about this a lot with Ducati years ago, and with Honda having, Marc Marquez and doing development only for that. Like, we always thought that it was a good idea to have a bunch of riders add to development so you could make a bike that everyone would be able to ride. Now it seems like Yamaha has gone too far and they don't know what the fuck to do because they have so much feedback it's all in different directions that they can't produce a bike. But you got to remember, like, Rossi's a late breaker, Maverick's kind of in the middle, and Zarco seems to ride as much like Jorge as humanly possible. And those are three very different riding styles. So, of course, they're going to give different feedback. They all probably want better traction, better rear traction, better drive, better electronic support. But what they do with the front end of the motorcycle is going to be dramatically different. Like, Zarco springs his bike really light because he doesn't get on the brakes super hard. Rossi probably does the exact opposite. Like, they all run different setups, which is why Zarco's getting on with the Yamaha a whole lot different than the other two.
So where do you incrementally get that development, right? And that's it. And that's where the strategy from the team perspective needs to be. We need three similar riders in terms of style.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you want them similar to a point, not so similar that no one else can ride it, but just different enough that you can make something that actually works for a bunch of different people.
Yes. Yeah, same ballpark, right? However you want to word that.
Good ballpark. I mean, the ballpark that they're missing is making the Michelins work. That's the ballpark that they've completely lost on. The second the conditions change,
maybe it's Josh Heron needs to take his shirts and hats and shit to fucking factory Yamaha over in GP.
Yeah, exactly.
Make Yamaha factory great again.
Make Heron factory again.
I don't know about Heron. I don't know about Heron specifically. I'm just saying make that team great again because they need some help.
Yeah, but so we're gonna throw another random riding style into the mix and see if it helps out.
No. I mean, just make the they need a slogan of that effect. Is more what I meant. Sorry.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Nothing to do with Josh.
Yeah, I mean, let's factory Yamaha is a conundrum. I mean, obviously we're gonna be rooting for them because they're the underdog this year, but
are we?
And well, I will.
All the fanboys will be. I won't.
The series needs Yamaha to do well. The fact that, I mean, again, Yamaha didn't do bad last year. They won 4 races. They were okay, but they didn't fight for the title. They didn't, have expectations, especially how strong they started. A Yamaha doing poor in the series is not great for the series overall, because let's face it, the number one question we get on, blah, 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 is 10th title. 10th title? I mean, is never probably going to happen. But, you know, I mean, you really start to lose interest if you feel like you can write off Valentino for a win every race. You know what I mean? Like every weekend,
viewership will go down a lot.
Yeah. It's like Tiger Woods in golf, right? Once he disappeared, they lost like half the people watching. Now that he's back, they're all back. It's crazy.
Right. He needs to at least be competitive, especially he's in the twilight of his career. We don't expect him to win every race. We don't necessarily expect him to win a bunch of races, but we want to tune in that weekend thinking, fuck, this is the weekend that he does it. Yeah. Oh, man, can he do it? He's looking pretty good in practice. And you know, he always saves a little something for Sunday. But if you start tuning in thinking, fucking after FP1, Rossi can't win, three-quarters of the fucking team people are going to turn out. They're not going to watch.
And I'm like that too, right? I'm a Rossi hater, yet I'm still kind of rooting for the old guy now. So, but as soon as it's like, I'm not paying attention to him, now I'm on to a different storyline.
Right. Then you're kind of like, whatever, because who else are you fucking rooting for? It's going to be, you know, I mean, Jorge is not going to do well this season. It's doubtful that we're going to see any Hondas actually fight for wins again. And if it turns into a two-horse race with Marquez and Dovey again, the problem is the novelty of Dovey has winning a bunch has worn off slightly. Now, a lot of people still want him to win. I would fucking jizz in my pants if he won the title and every time he wins. But it's not the two-horse races are never good for series long-term unless it's a massively heated rivalry, like where losing to that guy is worse than winning is good. You know what I mean? Like Rainey and Schwantz back in the day, or Valentino and Biaggi. If there's not some kind of rivalry, if there's not really like that kind of storyline, and no one cares, because Dovey doesn't play that drama stuff. He just shows up. You know what I mean?
To your point, put it simply, we saw that movie last year. We want to see a different movie, not a sequel.
Exactly.
We want to see a new movie. The sequels always suck.
Right.
I mean, I think like a really good number to shoot. We want 5 racers to start out the year like battling for the title, and we want to whittle it down to like 3. We don't want to start out with 3 and end up with 1 halfway through the season already won it.
Yeah. Nobody will get support, and it'll fucking suck.
Right, because in the same way, a Marquez runaway. We saw that movie a couple of years ago. We saw the 14 wins. We saw the record-breaking wins. Everyone was excited.
That was fun.
It's so past that now. No one wants to see Iron Man just fight some random villain again. You know what I mean? No one's interested in that. So for Marquez to run away with it again is not good. We've already seen that movie, and we saw it when it was brand new and hip and cool. No one's interested in it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So this has been the inadvertent segue to Factory Ducati and Factory Honda. So I put Factory Ducati at number 11 before Factory Honda. They didn't win the title.
They did not win the title.
There is a lot of talk now that the GP18 is a massively better motorcycle. They finally made an improvement on their mid-corner turning. I think the quote from Eyebrows Gigi Delinea was that there is a lot less that they don't know about the bike starting off the season.
This is a good example of the movies. Last year, we saw Black Panther and Captain America Civil War, and we're like, whoa, that shit was dope, Black Panther, son. This year, we want to see Black Panther. We want to see Dovey in Wakanda just fucking destroying everything. I want Vibranium helmet, and I want him running away with that shit, sealing the deal, and win the title.
It could happen. It could very well happen. I mean,
that's the Dovey story right there, fucking Wakanda, Black Panther shit.
If Honda
Secret electronics and shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Secret electronics and like cheating that no one has for cheating and shit. Oh fuck.
They made the salad box a lot smaller this year. If I remember, I checked the pictures.
Gets tighter. Right. Gets tighter.
If there's one thing that we all agree on, it's that tight box.
I mean,
I knew you guys were gonna make it terrible.
I mean, as long as Marquez gets a slow start. Yeah, as long as Marquez gets a slow start and Dovey gets off to the fast start, and Honda always catches up in the second half of the season on their development. So that's where you got to hope it's later into the year than earlier. If they get in their groove in round 3, the grid's fucked.
That's why I said at the beginning of the beginning of the episode, I'm like, dude, if they're like by the time it gets a Red Bull ring, Marquez is gonna have this thing basically effectively sealed up. You know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck already.
It worries me. Yeah,
it ain't happening. Right. No, he'll bin it at the Red Bull ring. Dovey will win it, and we'll all be back into it.
I'm not trying to do that to him, but that's every fan's best chance for a fun, different year. I'm not
is
gonna.
Marquez crashing in the races this year?
Crashing and potentially getting hurt. That's the best chance.
Before we move on to factory HRC and talk about more of Marc Marquez, Jorge Lorenzo on the factory Ducati. It seemed like everyone had really high expectations pretty much every single race and every winter test, and it's not coming together. I mean, we were talking earlier about how Yamaha stole a bike from stole a bike from Maverick and gave it to Zarco. Factory Ducati is going the other way. They stole a bike from Petrucci, let Jorge ride it just to help him find a base setup for himself, to help him find some confidence on a motorcycle that he already knew. It's not a good look for him.
Yeah.
At some point, they're going to realize diminishing returns. How much extra effort and energy can we go into getting this guy feel comfortable enough to get a top 5?
Yeah, the reality is the experiment has failed. It's time to move on. Cut your losses. Trade him. Swap. Do a rider swap. Get Rins off of Suzuki and send him to fucking Suzuki. Something. Like, it's just not going to work. And neither party is going to benefit from trying to put that square peg in the round hole.
I mean, that's what I was going to ask, is if you're, kind of harken back to the Alien era, if you're going to ditch Jorge, who are you going to put on the bike and expect him to do better? I mean, even when Iannone was there, his results were inconsistent. Cal Crutchlow gave up halfway through the season, right? Not everyone gets on with that motorcycle. Even it is
Franco
a very new
Morbidelli.
motorcycle.
Yeah. You need an Italian, straight up. You need an Italian, and you need
full Italian crew.
You need an Italian, and you need someone who's willing to see 3 seasons out and keep their head up and keep getting results hard. And what does Morbidelli have but the entire VR46 riding academy behind him? And there's a reason why they signed Pecco Bagnaia to the fucking other team, pre-contract already, because they're looking at that kind of stuff. And Jorge's a 3-time world champion and beat some of the best ever to do it, but you got to see that thing through. If you looked at the riders who did do well at the Ducati in the last number of years, they're the ones who saw through the tough times, nosed the grindstone, and kept going. That hasn't really been Jorge, because he hasn't really been increasing his results all that much. Mm-hmm. And that's not why they decided to pay him 12.5 fucking million euro. You know what I mean? Whereas you can get a Morbidelli with an entire franchise behind him to train him and work with him, and he fits your factory mold.
Yep.
You don't go ahead, Ev.
I was just going to say, you got to find the person that's plug and play, and the bottom line is they've got to be young. I mean, they've got to be confident, willing to go risk everything. It can't be, let's sit and wait and see how this pans out. It's, to his point, it may take you 3 years, but you need to be able to go hard from day one.
Or have preconceived notions of what a MotoGP bike is supposed to ride like, or how it's supposed to handle. You know what I mean? Like, you saw that problem with Valentino. You saw that problem with Jorge. You even sort of saw it with Nicky a little bit, right? The guy can never come to grips with it because they have this preconceived notion of what a championship bike is supposed to feel like, and that's not how they're going to make it. But Iannone gets on the bike from the get-go, and he steadily increases every single year, and realistically, the only reason they got sacked was because he ran into Dovi at Argentina, and that kind of sealed the deal. Dovi comes from having ridden a multitude of bikes, realizes he's now on the factory Ducati, and he's going to see this as his long term. So let me use the things I've learned from other ones, but it wasn't expectations. It was letting them know how these other bikes work, the Yamaha and the Hondas and all that. And 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year before he's really fighting for wins all of the time, he sees it through. That's not Jorge Lorenzo. Because Jorge Lorenzo has an expectation of what a championship-winning bike is supposed to feel like, or what his championship bike is supposed to feel like.
Don't you feel like? I'm sorry, Rob. Real quick. Don't you feel like Dovi's a bit more cerebral of a rider, though? Like, he
exactly.
And he's more intellectual than the average guy who rides on instinct and feel.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rob,
do you think that Ducati needs 2 championship contenders? On that bike?
Yeah, they do. They're prime time now. They have to.
Right. Exactly.
Because that's
worked. That has the two championship contenders has worked in spades for Yamaha. Look what it did when they brought Jorge in. Valentino won a title. Jorge Lorenzo won a bunch of titles. They decided to have 2 A riders. Look what happened with Honda. Now, Danny Pedrosa has never won a title, but he's not the guy you usually factor out. He's an A rider at any other manufacturer, and you always wonder if he could get it. They've always had Pedrosa and some other hella good guy. You know what I mean? Like the days of an A and a B rider are kind of gone.
It's kind of like what they say about the test riders, where Casey Stoner being the Ducati test rider, he's fast enough to be at race-winning race pace to test the bikes to be able to give development that actually matters to win, versus giving me development that's good enough for 5th or 8th place. What fucking good is that? You need to be able to push the bike to the limits that will win, and I think that's why you want the two primary riders like that.
So you think that Danny Pedrosa is actually going to beat Jorge Lorenzo in the championship again this year?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. No question. Put money on it. Straight up. Put money on it. Absolutely no doubt in my mind.
See, that's the thing. Like, it's, for me, just looking at those two riders in the position that they're in, right? They didn't exactly have a rider type performances throughout last season.
Right.
Both of them.
Right. But let me ask you something.
Still gonna beat him.
I tell you in 2018, Danny Pedrosa wins 3 races. That's not weird.
3 races? You think?
Listen,
yeah,
just,
that's true.
Right?
That's true. That's not weird.
That's not weird. I tell you Jorge Lorenzo wins 3 races, and you're like, holy shit. I
don't know, man.
Right? So, right, exactly. So, Danny Pedrosa's normal expected realm of where he's going to be is a massive boost and jump and surprise for what Jorge Lorenzo does. That tells me Danny beats him day in, day out. Because Danny's going to win 2 races next year. You know that. So he might win 3 because the Honda looks real strong while the Yamaha looks a little lost, right? I could easily see Danny winning 3 races next year, and that wouldn't surprise me, and I wouldn't even think he had a super good year. I'd bet he had another Pedrosa year.
Yeah, like, hey, pretty typical. Yeah.
Right.
So we got Danny Pedrosa.
Money, you can absolutely put money on it.
Yeah, we got Danny Pedrosa at like an A- rider, and Jorge has relegated himself to like B+ maybe.
Yeah, Jorge's a B- now. Yeah,
he's a solid check, and Danny's a check plus. Absolutely.
Yeah, Jorge is still in the top 10 of motorcycle racers.
I'm worried that George is just. I mean, he just was built for the Yamaha, and he should have never left, and that's why it's unfortunately a little boring for him to have maybe stayed, and it was probably the allure of trying something new and different and exciting, and it's the same thing that Rossi's been, susceptible to. It's not just the Ducati at this point, because we know the bike's fast now, but it's he had to do it to prove it to himself and his own ego, and it's backfiring massively.
Oh man, you guys are. I want him to do something surprising this year.
We do.
Because
we all
like watching surprises in MotoGP. I really want it to happen.
I want him to win. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Lorenzo winning is great because he's the villain. It's great for Ducati. It's great for the championship. I want Lorenzo to win. I want him to have a better year than Danny next year, even though I don't particularly like Lorenzo. I think that Lorenzo winning is great for the series. It spices it up. It's the same thing. If day in and day out we are thinking he can win, that's good for the sport, especially with his new kind of Twitter embrace of being the villain, so to speak. I want Jorge to be able to win.
Douchebaggery.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's fucking sweet. Or just clapping back at dudes left and right. You know what I mean? That's awesome.
Yeah. I would like to I'm not holding my breath. I that's what I'm saying, though. I wish Ducati had a plan that if he doesn't meet expectations in the first 4 or 5 races that they can trade, like in all the other pro sports series in the world, right? It's, hey, the trade deadline's here, you can trade them. Like, how cool would that be?
That'd be really interesting if that could happen. Well, okay, so very last point on Ducati then. When do the 2 riders sign? I say Dovi signs the second we get to Qatar, or like this, they announce it in 2 days, right when this podcast episode comes out. But Jorge, do they hold off and wait? Is Ducati still trying to knock him down in price and seeing if he's going to do something?
They already admitted they're not going to pay him what he got paid now. It didn't work out. There's no reason. The days of signing guys with huge bonuses are it's kind of over. Like Valentino and Jorge have both ruined that whole thought process.
Yeah. Yeah. I would pay just by performance. I'd say, look, we're paying you nothing. It's based on how you perform, but
Well, they did that for Danny Pedrosa too. They brought his base salary down and they gave him an increase in win bonuses, and then he got his 2 wins a year.
That's fine.
So it worked out for Danny.
Yeah, that's fine.
It still makes plenty of money.
Still got the 2 wins.
So when do they sign both of their riders? You think it's going to happen early?
It's got to happen soon.
When is Red Bull Ring on the calendar?
Not for a while.
What race is it?
It's like in August, isn't it? It's right after Czech Republic.
It's right before the break, though, right? It's the last one before the break.
I thought it was the one.
It very likely is. It's either right before or right after.
My thought process is if he doesn't win at Red Bull, if he doesn't podium or win by the end of Red Bull Ring, they don't sign him.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's that's the must-win track, right? Or
it's a must-win track, and even if it's not gelling, he should be able to do well there. Right. And if he doesn't, that's the final proof.
It's like you just can't cut it, dude. Yeah.
It's like I said last year when he got 4th there, and everyone tried to say like, "Oh, he's finally there," and I'm like, "No, this is the worst thing that could happen because at the track custom made for the bike, he can only get 4th. It means he's going to do terrible at the next track, which he did. He got like 7th or 8th the next race. Like it's just not."
That was magic. Where'd that cat come
from? Where did George come from? He's a fucking ninja, dog.
George was behind the curtain, which is behind Kev's head
the whole time. Yeah, no, I think I think Kev nailed it. I +1 the statement.
All right. Moving on to factory HRC then. Moving on to factory HRC.
Check plus.
We already talked about both the riders quite a bit this season. We covered Danny Pedrosa and Kev's prediction that Danny. It would be surprising if he won 3 races, but not out of the ordinary. And
I don't even think it'd be surprising.
It'd be totally normal. Yeah.
You're telling me
normal. It'd be awesome.
You're telling me
one would be like, what happened?
You're telling me that Danny Pedrosa wins Aragon, Jerez, and Motegi, and you're surprised?
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're right. Not at all surprising.
Nobody was like, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And then Marc Marquez, are you really penciling him in for a grip of wins this season?
Yep. I think he runs away with the title. I hate to say it. I think he runs away with the title.
Yeah.
But the GP18 is better. It's better for Dovey. He said there were sensations that he liked and he didn't really understand.
No other bike on the grid can you crash in mid-corner and save it and keep going.
No other rider on the grid can you crash mid-corner, save it, and keep going.
Look, man, even if Dovey wins 6 races again this year, that leaves Marc Marquez being able to win 9, and Danny gets his 3.
Yeah, 3.
Right,
and maybe
you know
one
like,
and one
one weird like Yamaha win because they're so lost. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Like, I mean, Marc Marquez, I think he just wins the title again because every year, other than his 14-win season, his interesting, like his titles, while they're dominant in the sense that he was the clear champion, he's not rattling off like Valentino's early career, like 9-11 wins, right? Like he's not rattling off these massive win numbers, but he's winning the title convincingly. So I think and that's with a bike that's never really started the preseason that well. He's been a rookie or the bike didn't handle well. How many times have we said like, HRC's lost and then they come back, he wins 5 races, but he wins the title because he puts on a heck of a run at the end of the season when everyone else falters.
That's right.
So if you're telling me that his bike is feeling good and handling well off the bat, I just think he does that 5 races earlier.
Well, and remember the DNF situation last year. Everyone was like, wow, if he didn't do those DNFs, like it would have been a fucking runaway, and he still won.
Right.
So
that's what we need. That's what we need him to crash in the races instead of in practice.
Hey, Honda can blow some motors all day long. You know what I mean?
I mean, the problem is a few things. One, just the field back in the Rossi era, the field wasn't as consistently deep, right? Like it wasn't 4, 5, 6 guys winning races every year. It was like 2 or 3 guys, and that's why Rossi could do those 9, 10, 11 win seasons, right? But then, so you look at the consistency, but then you look at Marquez's ability to be still the premier or the cream of the crop of those consistent riders, and that's the difference, and that's why he's just there every time. I mean, seriously, I go back to my crashing thing. Nobody else can crash mid-corner and save it. I mean, he's got unique abilities. He's got special moves that fucking nobody has. So when he's
he's got a fucking Hadouken. You know what I mean? Like he does quarter turn to the right, he hits fierce punch and slap, bam, Hadouken.
How do you fight that? How do you fight that?
Right.
I mean, it's his His moves are just it's unbelievable. I mean, and that's where I go back. If you took him off that bike though, and you put him on another bike, I don't think he'd be doing that. There's something about the Honda that he's just got dialed in, and he's so comfortable, and he's smart enough. He's not going to leave that fucking bike. Ever.
He didn't. He already signed.
Yeah, ever.
He doesn't need to leave.
Yeah. Ever.
All right. Shall we pull like a grand tour and say, on that depressing note, it is time to end?
Yeah, exactly.
It's hold on. It's always that statement of it's depressing, yet it's one of the most amazing things that we're getting to watch. We thought Rossi was the GOAT, or we're potentially watching the real GOAT, and that's what's crazy because the competition is that much harder now, and the bikes are that much better and faster. So enjoy it while it lasts. Talent like this doesn't come around a lot.
That's true, and it may not stick around for nearly that long if he keeps crashing.
Correct.
I had to drop that one in there.
It's true.
There are a lot of there are quite a few people.
Be lights out, shoulder done, right? So you never know.
Yeah, it seems like crashing is easier when you're already at 63 degrees of lean angle, because then you don't really fall that far.
Right. There's no impact. You just lay down.
Like, how many times has he laid the bike down and just stayed under it and just kept sliding?
And then he holds the brake. He's like, I'm holding the brake. Yeah. I got the clutch in. I'm over here. We're good.
He's holding the clutch.
Pick it up. I got it. Wait, it's too heavy. I'm too little. Make it lighter.
Those bikes are hard enough to start because of their fancy gearbox and all their clutch shenanigans.
It's just.
Oh man! All right, we've now depressed all of our listeners.
It's not depressing.
Essentially, you guys calling 12 race wins or 9 race wins for Marquez. Let's
It might only need to be 7 or 8, but it's gonna be enough.
Yeah, it probably won't be 9, but what I mean is points wise, he's gonna run away with it. It'll be clear that he's the clear leader. I think early on. I hope I'm wrong. I really fucking do, and not because like I'm a Marquez hater. I mean, I am a bit of a Marquez hater, but not really. I just want, the one good news is that it seemed we see, like we always say every year, Rob, is that the 5th through 9th is crazy competitive. So all it takes is one mistake, one bad start, one bad qualifying, and he's in the meat grinder of dudes who are so hungry for a podium. You don't know what's going to go down.
Well, you get Bautista'd. Yeah.
Let's play a quick game. What would be your ideal championship scenario?
My ideal championship scenario was Dovi winning the title at Valencia last year.
No, I mean this year, new year. I'll give you my example. My example would be I would like a 3-horse race this year with the same 2 contenders, with Vinales finally pulling his head out of his ass and consistently being up front. That would be my perfect 28.
You're going like dream title, but also still realistic.
As a spectator, that's my dream.
I would love to see Dovizioso, Marquez and Valentino fight for the title in like a 3-way, battle, with Jorge being like the Joker, like the chaos. Like he suddenly gets speed. He has a couple wins. Right. He's not a championship contender, but you don't know what wild card he's going to play. And he's got issues with everyone in that group. He doesn't like Marquez. He never has. And he doesn't like Valentino, obviously. And then Dovi is like the guy that stole his thunder at Ducati when he got re-signed. So he almost is like, he's the Joker in the sense that he's against everyone. He's the agent of chaos. That's what I would love to see, a 3-way battle between those guys with like a weird Jorge randomly thrown in from time to time to just fuck it all up.
Jorge's going to get the whole shot every year and always get the first 3 laps and then his tires fade, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. I want him to get wins just when you don't think it's going to happen. Right. But he gets like Marquez and Valentino are, battling, and he suddenly gets in front of them and then pulls away, or, him and like Dovizioso are fighting and he suddenly gets in front of other people. He's like the buffer between guys who need points.
Exactly. All right, Rob.
I'll second Kev's, but add in the same exact thing for Danny Pedrosa. I want to see more Map 8. I want to see HRC's version of Map 8.
Ooh.
Because Danny Pedrosa is taking points off of Marquez that he needs to win the title.
I'm changing my answer. My dream is that Danny wins the title.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, George agrees.
That's an alternate universe.
Just had to remind you about Pedrosa, and he would come up. No, I mean, like we just talked about that, right? The more people we have winning races, the more people we have fighting for the title, the more unexpected everything is, and the more exciting this whole thing is going to be. Yeah. So, like us calling it now, Marc Marquez winning the title, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. And honestly, we hope that we're wrong. And we hope it's something unexpected.
It was a 3-horse race until mid-year, so then it fell off pretty fast. But
yeah. And I mean, at this point, in order for it to become a 3-horse race this season, Yamaha likely has to get their shit together, which will be something unexpected. They're not going to start out the season well. They may get to Europe and surprise us with something good. They may pull out a new chassis. They may finally figure out the electronics. I mean, Michelin isn't changing the tires, or actually, they are letting the teams know what tires they bring to every round now. Like the second they get to Qatar for the first race of the year, they are given a sheet that has all the tires for every single round. In all previous seasons, Michelin would tell them a few weeks in advance what tire was being brought, which so the teams will be more prepared. I think that's going to help Yamaha out quite a bit because that's the one thing they haven't had a handle on is the Michelins.
That's cheating. Somebody was telling them ahead of time, like, hey, Honda, we know it's coming that weekend. Start doing your research now. Like, it's weak. But anyway,
and Ducati's the one with the fancy tire software that models and simulates everything.
That's why.
So. Right.
All right. It's been a little over an hour and a half. I think we will probably. I mean, we don't have time to talk about Moto2 or Moto3. We are definitely going to talk about them after the first race of the year. There hasn't been really anything super exciting about those classes.
Real quick,
maybe Finati doing something crazy.
Real quick, Rob, any new tech rules that we should be aware of coming into the year?
For GP?
I didn't catch anything significant, but maybe you did.
Other than the concession, the wild card rules changed. Obviously, the fairing homologation, the aerodynamic fairing homologation did change slightly. Last year, they were able to run their 2016 fairings, then homologate a 2017 fairing, and then do one modification. And when they did the one modification, they had to remove one of the other fairings. So they had 2 fairings all the time. This year, they only get 1 fairing in the beginning of the year, and then they can do the modification and have 2 fairings. But it'll be near impossible to tell because I say they can have 2 fairings, but they can always cut shit off.
Yep.
So it's weird. The rules are written in such a convoluted way that it really affects very little. It just makes the teams work harder and spend more money to do aerodynamic research.
So that's all it's accomplishing. Net, pay attention to the aero.
Yeah, pay attention to the aero. I don't think Aprilia's got a new motor coming. They haven't released their aero package yet. Ducati showed theirs, but they didn't decide which one they were going to use. Jorge and Dovi are probably going to use different ones. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll find out more at Qatar.
Okay.
All right, I'm calling it. Let's do this. Kev just hit 10% on his battery on his iPhone, so we really got to go.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
All right, everyone. You will catch this the Wednesday before the GP round, and we will talk to you again the following Wednesday. Finally, round 1 at Qatar with MotoGP.
Racing back, bitches. Racing.
Yay.